this looks like, if you look at the stock, a clean win for Elon Musk, but the report itself was pretty mixed.
It absolutely was, Betty. That's right. You know, they had the good report. They beat the estimated earnings. They beat the street, and that's always a good thing. But with Tesla, you know, 2 of the last 4 quarters, they beat earnings, and the stock fell. Because if people feel like they're not manufacturing fast enough, if they're not making enough progress, you know, they get antsy, or there's always the stock is up so high, some people want to take some profits. So this one was really a mixed bag, and yet the stock just went up like everything was great.
They did, and I think part of it was the way Musk explained them missing their sales targets is because they've got the demand, they just can't make all those cars.
Right. There had been some questions about the demand, and he really worked hard to reassure them that they've got plenty of orders, especially after they showed the all-wheel drive. The interest really surged, and more people want to buy it. That's a really important feature to a lot of luxury buyers in the Northeast. But he's really constrained on capacity. There continues to be a challenge just trying to make more cars faster and keep, you know, the really high standards to meet the high standards that the customers demand of them.
It does, and it raises, of course, Jamie, questions about the future models that Elon Musk is going to unveil. So the Model 3, of course, which is going to be, you know, the mass market, but also the Model X, which I mean, I've lost count, Jamie. How many times has he given a deadline and pushed it back? This is what, the 4th one?
It's at least the 2nd one. That's right. And
I think more than
the Model
that,
X delay. Yeah. But the Model X delay, he says, is really, it's not a manufacturing thing. That's about him continuing to tinker with the design and really wanting, being, as he told you, I think, in February, that it's just him being a perfectionist and wanting to keep meddling with the design. And then it's, you know, it's really complicated to bring a design into mass manufacturing. And that's the challenge that he keeps facing. And he talked about how it's as hard as trying to change the wheels on the bus while it's driving down the highway. You know, this has been a challenge for automakers all through history, you know, from Henry Ford trying to build his company when it was new. But even more recently, when the new Fusion came out, there was huge demand for it, a lot of interest, but there was no way the Fusion was going to outsell the Camry because Toyota could make so many more Camrys than Ford could make of Fusions. And you can add to them over time, but it takes years. And then you have the risk of, well, are we going to build so much capacity that then there's not enough, then people don't want it anymore. They're on to the next new thing. So it's a real big bet when you put, you know, $1 billion or more into the ground to try to build these factories. And he's had some progress in Fremont at the assembly plant, and the Gigafactory seems to be going well, but it's an ongoing challenge.